Alright, guys, so Dragon Ball Super episode 85 is done. It was an okay episode, a decent one. No complaints. It could have been better, but nothing that really bothered me. So now we look forward to the next episode of Dragon Ball Super. And I've got to say, this one has me really hyped. We are finally going to get to see Android 17 return to the fray. Now, remember, guys, this is going to be like our first official look at Android 17 in quite a long time. Now, remember, Android 17 fought Piccolo in a long, drawn-out battle, somewhere between the 140s, 150s of Dragon Ball Z, I think somewhere in there, maybe the 160s. Him and Piccolo have a long fight. Cell shows up. 17 and Piccolo fight Cell. Piccolo gets nearly killed, and 17 gets absorbed. From there, we do not see 17 again until the Buu Saga. Now, 17, of course, does get killed when Cell blows himself up, killing 17, Kaio, Gregory, Bubbles, and Goku. They all are killed by Cell when he blows up. Now, 17 is revived off-screen when they make their wish after Gohan defeats Cell. So we don't see 17 again at all for the rest of the end of the saga, and we only see 17 briefly after he had been resurrected with the Namekian Dragon Balls. Obviously, 17 was killed by Buu, either through the human extinction attack, which I think is probably less likely, or when planet Earth was destroyed by Kid Buu. Judging that Tien and Chaozu were able to dodge Super Buu's human extinction attack, and considering 17 was definitely stronger than both of them, I would say it's a very good chance that 17 survived the Super Buu's human extinction attack, but he was finally done in when Kid Buu blew the Earth up. And then, of course, he's resurrected by the Namekian Dragon Balls, and while Goku is charging up the, Super Spirit Bomb, we see 17. Now, there was a bit of a mistake here where 17 says, "That is a voice I haven't heard in a long time." Because I believe that originally Akira Toriyama had intended for that panel to be launched, but he changed it to Android 17 at the last moment. Now, the thing that's really interesting here is, even though 17 had never heard Goku talk because they hadn't met, okay, I don't necessarily think it's a plot hole. Because what 17 says is, "That's a voice I haven't heard in a long time." Of course, I'm sure Dr. Gero was probably pumping Goku's voice and image into 17 and 18, similar to what he did with Android 16. I'd say it's very likely, since Goku was the main target, I would say 17 should be familiar with Goku on sight. So I think when this episode starts out, episode 86 we're moving on to, I do think 17 will immediately recognize who Goku is. No question about that. Obviously, he's going to know his voice because I think of, Dr. Gero's experiments on them while they were still trapped in their pods or whatever. And based on the images we're seeing from this preview, it's pretty clear that this is going to focus heavily on Android 17. We probably won't get too many glimpses of other characters in this episode, which is good because, again, I always did kind of like the character of 17, not necessarily as the ultimate evil that destroyed the future. I guess I was never the biggest fan of 17 and 18 being, the end-all, be-all ones, Originally, they were supposed to be the ones to kill, like, all of the Z fighters. Not sure how much I liked that, but I do like what I saw from 17 in Dragon Ball Z itself. So hopefully 17 actually can become, like, kind of a reoccurring character now, fit him into, like, the same role that 18 has. That would be cool. We don't need to shove 17 completely out of the picture now. I don't think that would be a good idea. We need to let this man have some screen time from this point on. Now, based off spoilers that have been released recently, and of course the images we're seeing, I believe Goku and 17, they're probably going to do a little sparring, but I believe 17 will refuse Goku's offer to be in the Tournament of Power, and eventually poachers and stuff are going to show up, and Goku will help 17 take them down. Now, it is going to involve a spaceship, so I don't know if this is going to be super powerful aliens or what, but I can't imagine 17 would need Goku's help really that much. But what is cool is we do see a quick shot of 17 and Goku fighting, and they're kind of clashing fists. And we see 17 looking, normal, spry as fuck. But what's really interesting is that we see Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue form. So I don't know exactly what this means. Does this mean that 17 has gained strength up to that level where he can fight Super Saiyan Blue Goku equally? I don't know. I definitely am very fascinated to see, but I do also think it would be just more ridiculous bullshit, terrible power scaling that Dragon Ball Super has if 17 has gotten to that level. That would be absolutely nuts, because you gotta remember, 17 and Piccolo were basically equal strength in the Cell Saga before Cell absorbed 17. And then after Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks go into the time chamber, they're easily able to beat Cell with 17 absorbed without trying. So now 17 has, again, he's going to do like a Frieza type jump where they just skip every character in the book to get up to this power level of Super Saiyan Blue. Frieza got stronger than all the androids. Cell, all the Z fighters, just over and over. Now we might get the same thing with 17. I do really like the idea of 17 being a lot stronger. Of course, I think we will see several new tricks from 17 because, they need to be able to market these new characters for the games when they come out. That is my official stance, and it's not changing, that Dragon Ball Super is a toy commercial, but it is a toy commercial that I enjoy a lot nonetheless. And I do think 17 will have several new attacks. Now, in the ending, the new ending that was started in the last episode and was also in this week's episode, we do see 17 using his barrier in the ending. And we, of course, see 17 shooting out what looks like a blue-type beam in the intro. So who knows how 17 can fight? Who knows how strong he might be? I had figured he'd get stronger, but stronger to the point where he can fight Super Saiyan Blue Goku equally? Wow, man. I mean, if it's not enough, if people weren't losing their shit that Krillin could fight Goku as Super Saiyan Blue, now we get 17 doing it as well. Everyone has the power of a Super Saiyan God now. Everyone. It is getting a little out of hand, man. But regardless, definitely looking forward to this week's episode. Goku vs. 17 should be pretty fucking hype.